A cloud. Hi everyone, I'm Juliana and this is Core Strength. So we're going to be on our mat most of the time. Again, if you need a chair for support or a wall or something like that, you can always have that close by. We're going to use a couple of props here. So elastic bands or tubings. So you can use one of these long ones. You can make this long one into a short one, or even one of those smaller little tubings as well, a block or something to hold on. And if you want to add a little bit more, some of you have been practicing with me for a while, you can also have a weight, right? So you can choose here what you need. We're going to start by warming up the body by just adding a little tap of the toes and rolling those shoulders back. So when we talk about core, it's not just, like the six pack, but it's what holds you from the shoulders to your hips, right? So the legs are involved, the abdominals are involved for sure, but the side body, the lats, there's also involved. We're going to start to take the arms to the front. And core is really important because as we start to age, we start to lose our balance. So that is a really nice way to practice and keep your balance strong and going. Let's take these arms up, starting to warm up. We start to get the side of the body as well. Your lats here, getting into the back, shoulders, 4 and 3 and 2 and 1, and take it to the front. And just by shifting the weight from one side to the other, right? As we pick up the other toe, weight goes more into one side than the other. It starts to engage your core to hold your balance. We're going to start to take those arms up and back. So starting to add a little bit more hugging of the shoulder blades into the back. And if you can, pick up the leg and add a little curl there. Starting to warm up your legs a little bit more. And we're going to start to add a heel to the front. And you can tap kind of like almost like you're tapping the opposite shoulder. You're digging that heel in 4 and 3 and 2. Now let's take the legs to the side and you're tapping your toe. And 4 and 3 and 2 and 1. And we're going to pause here into the center. Feet are a little bit hip width distance apart. We're going to start to add a small squat. If anytime you feel that this feels uncomfortable, you can always hold onto a chair or to a desk to add these squats. It's starting to warm up into your legs, your glutes, right? Part of your core here. You just want to make sure we're warming up the body before we start to add anything else. Right? Just making sure that this doesn't beep. There we go. And 4 and 3 and 2 and 1. Great job. And shake it out. All right, roll those shoulders back. Nicely done. So we're going to start to add a little bit more here. I'm going to start to hold onto a block. It could be a pillow, something light. It doesn't have to be too heavy yet. So this is just starting to build up that for the stability that we're going to start to work here. So the first part is just continue to add that little bit of a squat. And now you start to coordinate the movement with your arms, right? Just to add something that will challenge your body a little bit more. Just start to focus, be aware. And 2 and 1. We're going to stake this up. We're going to add a halo. So you're going to take that block, move it behind your head. So starting to get into the shoulders and side body. And then you bring it forward. And at the same time, stability of the core. So your hips are not doing this. So right as you move behind, don't let that arch. Good. And you're moving it from one side to the other. Good. Nice. Make it disappear. Come in front of your chest. So you can stay with the fingertips if that feels odd to hold. And last one. Excellent. Let's come back to the center and just start to warm up onto the side, the abs, obliques. We're going to hold that block into one hand. The other hand's going to come behind your head. You're going to soften into your knees and just going to let it side and center. Good. This is just warming up. Small movements, keeping it light. And 4. Exhale 3. Exhale 2. and 1. Let's come back to the center, hold the block here. We're going to add a squat, and when we come up, we're going to do 1 halo in one direction. Good. And then squat and do a halo the other way. Good. You're going to squat, and now you're going to move the block to the other side, hand behind the head, and we're just going to go side and center. Good. So feel like the weight is heavy, it's dragging you down, you engage your core. Control that movement up and down, right? So being mindful of your movement, moving with purpose. And 3, and 2, and last 1. Good. We're going to come to the center, hold it here, and out of squat. Good. Now, as we start to move this, we're going to start to shift the weight a little bit more. So you want to pick up your left heel, toes can stay on the floor, and from here, relax your shoulders down. Now we're going to inhale, and as you exhale, can you pick up that left foot off the floor? So you're trying to control it, trying to keep this core engaged. And we're going to step that down, slide it to the side, add a little bit of a squat, and then you're going to slide your other foot in. So now it's your right heel that stays off the floor to start. You start to shift the weight to the left, right? You have to brace your core here to engage, keep those shoulders relaxed, and that block is just holding it there to give you one more thing to focus on. And you're just picking up that foot, trying to control it, and trying to practice this. Right, practicing your balance. Let's take that foot to the side. Let's add a squat, and you're going to pick it up, and you're going to hold it for 4, and 3, and 2, and 1. You're going to slide that foot out. You're going to add a squat, and you start to shift it to the other side. You pick up the foot. You engage your core, and you hold it for 4, and 3, and 2, and 1. Great job. You're going to slide that foot out, and you're going to add a squat, and you're going to, from here, we're going to start to add something else. We're going to pick up that knee, and you're going to squat, and you're going to pick up the other knee. Oops. And then you're going to squat. Good. Now we're going to pause here, and I'm going to add one more move to this before we put it all together. We're going to start to add a twist. So you're going to take that block, you're going to start to twist. So try not to just swing the block back, but try to keep the block a little bit more with your body. Now your knees are soft, and you twist to the other side. You come back to the center, and as you exhale, you twist. So feel like you're pushing into the block to twist it out to the side. Your shoulders are down, your elbows are out to the side a little bit. Can you feel that you really engage your obliques and you're not twisting into your hips or your knees? Your knees are staying forward. It's from that waist that you're twisting, right? That's what's going to take you a little deeper into those side abs, obliques. Great job. We're going to pause here and just relax it out. How you guys doing? Okay? Good. Just checking out. All right, here we go. So we're going to combine a little bit more now, that movement. So it's going to feel a little trickier because it's starting to move a little bit more. We're going to squat. We're going to slide that foot, toe. Can you pick up the knee and twist? And then you're going to step out. You're going to squat. You're going to slide the foot, engage the core, and twist. So I want you to go slow, right? This is kind of like you're in slow motion camera. And you're going to twist. Because the slow is what's going to make it harder, right? Sometimes we just go into momentum. I just want you to feel each phase. You squat, you slide the foot, you pick up the knee, and you twist. You come back to the center. You step out, you squat, you slide the foot, pick up the knee, and you twist. You come back to the center. That's it. Slide it out, in, up, and twist. Center. Slide it out, in, up, and twist. We're going to pause back onto the center and hold it here. Great job. Shake it out. All right. So you should start feeling a little bit more onto your obliques, the side, and also engaging the core, but trying to keep that leg up, right? Trying to keep your balance. Now we're going to move a little further back, and if you have enough space, we're gonna try to walk it forward. Now this is gonna feel like it's the slowest walk you've ever done, right? This is how I want you to feel it. So just having it, at least if you can give it like a couple of steps, right? So we're gonna shift the weight to the right, pick up the left foot, hold it there, and very slow, you're gonna step it forward, and you're gonna start to shift the weight to that foot, pick up the heel, you lift that knee, slowly move it forward, heel to toe. Shift it, soften into the knee, back heel picks up, slow, slow, slow. And then you're gonna step it forward. And then you're gonna go up. Good, this maybe is your last one. I don't know how much space you have. And then you're gonna come forward. All right, so we're gonna try to do this again so you can go all the way back. And if you felt like you have a, you started with one leg and then the other, let's start with the opposite leg so you have enough movement. On this one, when you step forward, can you try to step a little bit more in a tightrope? Now that's really going to challenge your balance. So if you need, take it wider. Otherwise, you're in a little closer tightrope. Give it a try. Here we go. Pick up the foot, lift. You're going to step heel to toe. Oops. And then from here, you're going to pick it up, lift, maybe heel to toe, right? It's not like one foot has to be touching the other. It's just that you're picking it up, you're stepping it forward. Good. And for me, it's a little hard because I'm trying to look at the screen to you guys. All right, and then we're gonna take it out. Let's try this one more time, last one. And maybe you're starting with the other leg this time. You pick it up, slow motion, right? Heel to toe. Doesn't mean that you have to step one foot just behind, but you're trying to go a little bit more narrow. Really focusing on picking up the foot. If you need to be closer to that wall or to support, feel free to. Great job, guys. This is probably your last step to the front. Let's shake it out. Hopefully you guys are doing okay. We're going to start to take this one more step further into that balance, more core engagement. We're going to start to shift the weight. So soften the knees. You're going to hinge slightly forward. Your back toe is going to stay there, right? So again, if you feel that you need your hand onto something, you can have it light. If you can, just start to engage. We're going to pass that block front and back. Good. Now, when you have the hang of it, you can start to pick up the back foot. You have 8, 7, 6, 5, 4. Also work it. Ankle stability, knee. 3, 2, and 1. Pick up that knee up. Great job, and switch. Shake it out. Let's turn it to the other side. Other foot. Shift, engage the core. Start to hinge. Slight bend in that front knee. Block is ahead. You start to pass it. When you start to feel that it's okay, you start to shift the weight a little bit more to the front foot, picking up that back heel for 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Great job. And set that foot in. Nicely done. Shake it out. Have your block close by. We're going to work with the support. We're on a wall. We're on a chair and a desk. You're going to use your block here. You're going to step on it. Again, this is a good one for ankle and knee strength mobility. You're going to hold it here. Soften your knees a little bit. Now, it's that standing, the one that's not on the block. It's going to tap down and up. You bending the knee down and up. Just bending the knee on this block. It's enough for the other foot to tap. Try to keep your hips still. Now I'm going to add more. You can add front, maybe to the side, maybe back. Front, side. You're only adding the front, side, and back if the up and down is feeling okay. This is going to be your last round around the world. Come back to the center, pause here, soften the knees, out to the side, stork. Working the outside of your legs, your glutes. The standing leg is still working. You have 4. Keep your fingers light on the chair or wall. 3. Toes are still pointing forward. 2. Don't let the hip rotate. And 1. Great job. Come down. Shake it out. We're going to do the same thing on the other side. Here we go. So having your foot on the block, the other foot is coming off, right? So it's just hanging there like you're an imaginary block. You're not letting your hips sway. Engage your core, soften the knee, and we're going to just bend that knee, the knee that's on your block, just enough so you can tap the other foot down and up. Good. You're tapping it down and up. Nice. Now, if you want to start to add, you're going to start to add front, side, and back. Like a pendulum goes front, side, and back. Just one more. And again, you're only adding this front, side, and back if you feel comfortable with the up and down. Pause, soften the knees. We're going to open to the side, out and in. Outer leg, toes facing forward. Hips are square, so don't rotate the hips. Don't open that leg. Feeling your outer legs. Good. You have 4 more. 3. Keep light on the tear. 2. And 1. Great job, guys. And come all the way up. Excellent. Shake it out. We're going to continue to move here. So if you feel that you have enough stability that you don't need to sit onto your chair for the next one, I'm going to show you 2 ways. You're going to use your tubing. This is starting to engage the back, right? The back is part of the front, so you really have to work on both, right? So you, instead of just, you can sit onto your chair. This is the version that's seated. You step onto your band, and you're going to roll back, and your arms are going to stop closer to your hips, and your elbows are not out. They're closer to your body as they come up and down, and the shoulders are down. Version 2, you don't need the chair, and you're going to use your core a little bit more for your balance as you're standing, and you're going to step onto your band. Never wrap the band around the hands. You can smush the band and hold it a little tighter if you like. You're going to start with a little bit of a hinge, core engaged, spine is long, slight bend in the knees. All right, so when you're ready, we're going to do that rowing motion of pulling back and down, back and down. Hug your shoulder blades, squeeze them. Engage your core, slightly hinging forward. Good. That's it. Feel that movement. 4 and 3 and 2 and 1. Great job. And come all the way up. Relax it out a little bit. We're going to do that one more time. And this time we're going to pull back, but we're going to turn the palms to face forward. So it also engages a little bit into your biceps. So just an extra here. And you still pull it back, squeezing your shoulder blades. Engage it here. You have 5. You have 4. You're looking straight ahead. 3. To that front edge corner of your mat. 2. And 1. Great job. And bring yourself up. Excellent. Last one of these, just soften your hands, relax it a little bit. As you hinge, you're going to pull your elbows to the side. On this one, it engages a little bit more the upper back. Good. And you're just pulling it out to the side. Good. Out to the side and back. Feel the upper back engaging on this one. You have 5. You have 4. You're gazing straight down. 3, 2. So try not to look up or to your toes, but slightly ahead and down. 1. Great job, guys. And release it out. We're going to get a stretch on that one as well. You're gonna take one arm and cross it in front. And you can look over the shoulder, wiggle the fingers, and take the other arm across. Look over the shoulders, look over the fingers, move it around. And then locking your fingers here, you're gonna stretch exactly what you were just working. You're gonna push your palms out, give it a little pumping, also releasing into the wrist, and then you push it out, pull belly in, relax your head. If you prefer to do this seated, you can always sit, right? And then release it one more time. Roll those shoulders back. Great job, guys. So we're gonna continue to move here, and we're gonna start to add more. We're gonna start to move to the core, to the mat. So if you have a weight or a band, you can also bring that with you, or you can also use that block as we did before. So as you find yourself onto your back, onto your mat, we're not going to go to the back right away yet. All right. So from here, just having your heels down, relax your shoulders. Maybe you're holding behind your thighs. And just by holding behind the thighs, you might start to feel that when you start to hinge back, right? You feel like you need to hold more, your core starts to engage more. So you're gonna find that spot that feels like you're engaging your core, your chest is still lifted, so there's no rounding. I want you to see that open chest, right? And then maybe you let go of your hands, right? Noticing that becomes a little harder to engage. For 3, you're just gonna hold it. 2, isometric contraction. 1, great job, guys. And now from here, we're gonna move down. So if you need to roll to the side, you can. Otherwise, we're gonna come all the way down. And perhaps you give it a little windshield wiping of your legs. Nice. So I'm gonna use the block here. And I'm gonna put the block between the thighs, the inner legs. So you can put it in like the smaller length and have it a little bit more supported, or you can put it shorter, whatever feels more comfortable for you. Now, your feet are not too far away. You might even be able to brush your heels, right? So if your foot is too far out, it usually gets a lot into the hamstrings. And if it's too close by, you might even feel like into the back. So there's usually one spot that feels just right. We're gonna do what's called imprinting. So as you exhale, you're gonna pull belly in, navel pulls in, lower back gets flat on the floor. You're gonna start to squeeze that block, and then inhale, relax. And then exhale, squeeze the block, navel pulls in, tuck the pelvis. Start to feel a little hugging of your glutes, and maybe you bridge your hips maybe half an inch or inch off the floor. Now notice that your spine still feels nice and long. So this is very safe, still safe on the back, because you're not arching your spine. Your spine feels nice and long. And to the point that when you return back down, if there was water there on your pelvic bowl, it will not flip back or forth, right? So it's when you pull so much, tucking so much that you feel that the water is going to spill into your belly button. And then sometimes you feel that the water is going to spill between your legs, right? We're going to find that neutral spine that might be even a little bit like of a space there in that natural curve, right? This is where we want to stay. You're going to start to feel this engagement. We're going to take the block from between the legs. Okay, so imagine this, and now try to keep this stable, and exhale, just pick up the right foot and then lower it down, and then exhale, pick up the left and lower it down. So notice that I'm stopping with the knees right over the hips, and I can even put my hands there to stop it. And it will touch my hands and then back down. So that's the level that you want. With your next exhale, you're gonna bring both knees, one and then the other, to the chest. So now when you do this, your lower back will get automatically flat onto the floor. You can release it a little bit. This will consider a break, and you're really not doing much work here for your core, right? It's when you start to push your knees right over your hips, that's when the work begins. And this is where we want to stay. So again, you can start from here, tucking the pelvis, keeping the hands along the side, and starting to do that little march up and down, or even using your hands to stop your leg in that point, right? Option 2 is to bring your knees into the chest and then start from the top to bottom. Hands will stay here, and maybe you start to tap one heel and back up. Inhaling down and exhaling up. Inhaling down and exhaling up. You should feel that this feels hard to keep that lower back in that same position, and your core is engaged the entire time. Good. Nice. Give your knees a hug. Excellent. Just a gentle rock. All right, I'm going to continue to add on. I'm going to take now, working a little bit more the side abs. You're going to take the block and put it between your knees. Open your arms like a big T, and you're going to glue your shoulders here. So don't let the shoulders lift. Hug the block, navel pulls in. Again, we're in that neutral spine, right? If the knees are here, your lower back gets flat. It's when you're starting to bring it right over your hips that gets hard. Stay here, inhale. And as you exhale, you're gonna slowly drop your knees to the left. Now pause there, keep that right shoulder down. Exhale, bring your knees back up. Inhale to engage, so you prepare your core, engage it here. Exhale, you drop it over to the right. You pause as you inhale. And exhale, bring it back up. Inhale, engage. Exhale, drop it down. Inhale, pause, engage the core. Exhale, bring it back up. Good. Inhale and exhale. This is your last one. Feeling those shoulders staying down. And then exhale all the way up. Great job. And taking that block out of the way. Nicely done. Give your knees a hug. Great job, guys. All right, so that was engaging the core. I'm going to start to do a little bit more here for a few of you that have been doing this for a while. If you want, you can hold the block and the block can go back behind, or you can work with the weight. Now, again, the weight is definitely going to pull you back, and that's going to try to arch your back. So your job is to engage. You're going to find which one works better here for you. So staying with that 90-degree angle where the navel's pulling in, knee over the hips, engaging and taking that weight or block straight over your head. You're going to tap one heel in the direction of the floor. It doesn't have to touch, and exhale, you come back up. Inhaling, maybe the other one goes down, the arms go back, exhale, back up. The arms don't have to touch down, right? It's just going in that direction. What I want you to do is to keep control of your ribs. Stack those ribs over the pelvis. Don't let it arch. That's a lot of hard work, right? That's really deep core muscles. Last two. Last one on this side. Last one on this side. Great job, guys. Take those knees down, take the weight out of the way, and give your knees a hug here. Now we're going to get a little bit of a stretch. You're going to cross your right ankle over your left thigh to stretch those glutes. Bring your right hand in the middle of the right thigh. Just give it a little guidance out. Start to feel your glutes. You can stay here or grab your hands. Right hand goes in that little triangle. You get a stretch into your glutes. You can rock your body a little bit more. Let your knees drop to the left. Right arm opens to the right. And you get a nice stretch into the right side body. Let the head soften. Breathe into the right. Good. We're going to do the same sequence on the other side. So you're going to come back to the center. Uncross your legs. I'm going to drop the right foot. Left ankle comes on top. Maybe guide it out. If this already feels enough, stay here. If you want more, you pick up your right foot off. Left hand goes in that little triangle. You bring it in. You add a little stretch. Good. And we're going to drop the knees over to the right. Let your left arm open out. Breathe and exaggerate the breath into that left side. Great job. We're going to just turn to our belly, so you can just stack your knees and turn down. Just to get it a little more straight here into the back, right? We're going to feel the elbows slightly pulling in, the chest opening through, the gate of your arms. Relax your head, relax the neck. Excellent. And then relax it out again. And then just feeling again the elbows pulling into your body. They might not even move, but you can feel that energy pulling in, the chest lifting. And as you exhale, let your elbows go to the side. Let your forehead rest here. Maybe do a little windshield wiping to release any tension in the back. We're going to take our hands closer to our body. Roll the heads of the shoulders. Push into your knees. Push into your hands. And cat-cow your spine. Great. And then slowly tuck your toes. Start to walk your hands back to your knees. You're going to roll yourself up. Maybe you bring your hands to the thighs and roll yourself all the way up. Take a nice deep breath in. Take your arms up to the sky. Take your time. Give it a little tap in the back. Side body stretch. You guys did amazing today. Release it out. Let's try it on the other side. Inhale. Little tap in the back. Side body stretch. All right. Bring yourself in. Give yourself a hand. Excellent work, guys. I'm just going to stop the recording here. If you have any questions, doubts, just let me know. And I hope you guys have a great